Jono, thanks for joining us on Now We're Talking.
Pleasure.
Now, you're going to take us through each week about your favourite clips of the politicians.
If I can find a favourite.
Now, you've chosen 4 for us.
Yeah.
Now, the first one seems a bit like a formal.
Well, I've been through hundreds, and some just don't make the cut. And basically, if people have got their time on their hands, we're all busy people these days, Jeremy. And there's one particular that I like, and there's a couple there's a kind of gradual scale. Advice and politicians trying to be real people and trying to be seen as real people. So have a look at this first one. This is the Prime Minister. You remember him?
I do remember.
And he's got his jacket off. John Howard without a jacket. And I always think that's nice when they kind of become real people. And they take the jacket off and they have, loosen the tie, that sort of thing. And I think it's interesting to... the only thing I would say for John Howard is, it's great to get the jacket off and be man of the people, but don't have a blue shirt on with a blue background and then a blue flag. And it's a bit of a sea of blue. It's
contrast your colours a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Bring back the louder shirts, the Al Grasby look or something. But it's quite interesting. As you can see, he's being seen as a man of the people, and whatever way you believe, whichever way people are going to vote, it seems these days it's important for politicians to be seen as real people that they go out with their families, they go to the shops, they use the telephone. And computers.
Right.
See, as you can see, he's, it's quite good. I think that they're all, from Tony Blair and David Cameron and all the politicians in Australia, they're all embracing the internet. They've all discovered YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, and to get someone like John Howard to actually, I'd love to have been there for the conversation when they said, we want you to go on YouTube and just be yourself.
Well, it looks like, Jeanette's picked up the camera and done it themselves in the backyard of Kirribilli.
Yes, if only that was true. Look, no tie, no jacket, but just a little bit too much blue. Blue shirt, blue flag, blue sign behind him, and all you're seeing is grey skin tones.
Well, the next one we've got, why did you choose this one? This is the Labor Party's...
Well... I think the great thing about the Labor Party is that they would like you to believe the fact that they were probably the first ones onto YouTube and MySpace, the first ones to use the internet. Even in the UK, Tony Blair and the Conservative Party were always quick to get their own web space up and their own, the Conservative leader in England did a whole video at home. Hello. I'm David Cameron and welcome to my space. And this is interesting. You've got young Wayne Swan, also no jacket, no tie.
Imagine that.
Exactly. But this is even more important. He's giving us all advice on how to go shopping and go to a supermarket. And, it's kind of like one of those ads you see on television for Woolworths or Coles saying, here's what vegetables to buy this week. And, it's quite weird that here's a politician, Wayne Swan, whose wife probably does all the shopping, or his minder, and he's going, hey, don't forget, sometimes some supermarkets charge more than others. Check out the prices before you make that decision.
Not only do you get a political party, you get Choice Magazine as well.
Exactly. I think what they should do, what Wayne should maybe do in the next one, is have a score, like where he should say, nip down to your IGA if you want to have watermelons this weekend, or nip into Coles because they're doing a great, deal on on cottage cheese. I think if you're really going to make it work, give us some prices, and then maybe comparison prices, and then maybe John Howard could go to the local service station and go, come in here, it's only $1.32 here for a gallon of unleaded. So I like that. I like the idea of politicians, whatever party they're from, giving us their own personal advice.
Well, the next one isn't a party political one. What made you choose a bit of animation?
Well, I just think because, now is the time of, high-tech movies. Everyone's animated. TV commercials. The Simpsons movie was huge. And suddenly, out there on the internet, out there in hyperspace, there are guys who've got obviously far too much time on their hands, and they're animating, Kevin Rudd and John Howard. Not very high tech.
No, not at all.
And maybe they could have used a bit better music than just the Benny Hill music, because it doesn't really
Well, I was waiting for you to go something else, to do something a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah,
Then.
maybe Star Wars would have been a good idea. And it also shows that even though they've got a few little high-tech graphics here and there and ray guns and lightsabers, they still haven't got a quite really good beginning, middle, or an end. You know, there seems to be a lack of a script writer on this one. It's basically, here's John Howard and Kevin Rudd having a lightsaber battle.
Demonstrates everyone can have a go.
Yeah. And Beasley's in there as well.
Well, you know.
Sort of a bit of a blast from the past. Is he supposed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi or Darth Vader?
His extra fees are a lot less than everyone else's.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got more time.
Now, the last one. Now, this is the one you've chosen as your pick of the week.
Yeah. Well, because it's got all the things that I like. Real people, real politicians, being real on television, and almost a frisson of romance. It's kind of implying that Miss Gillard, I guess.
I think it is Ms.
Yeah, Ms. Gillard. And Mr. What's his name, the medical man,
Mr. Abbott.
Mr. Abbott, Tony Abbott, I should say, Tony Abbott, the health minister, are on the Today Show a lot, Channel 9 Today Show. And what someone smart person's done, probably someone at Channel 9 with too much time on their hands, has put together a montage of both of them supposedly flirting with each other on the Today Show.
Well, the camera doesn't lie.
I tell you what is missing from this campaign, and also missing from the internet. Whatever happened to all the other parties? I mean, there's been a few funny little things and send-ups of the major parties, but where's the independents? Where's the Republicans?
There's a lot of angry people, though, out there, isn't there? With a lot of these sort of independents have come out and done very angry sort of clips
and one sort of idea. On the internet, there's quite a lot of single-issue parties.
Yeah.
One kind of thing, one cross to bear. But it's interesting. Like, there's not very much stuff from the Country Party. There's very little from whatever happened to the Republicans.
Yep.
What's happened to the Republican movement? It's not even there.
And there'd be enough sort of royal skits and all that to go to last you at least megabits of YouTube.
I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit of laziness even on the internet. I don't know. Maybe people are busy watching the worm turn and go up and down on TV, and when they should be spending more time looking at the stuff. Look at that beautiful heart.
Now, so you want people to email you in any ideas, something they've seen on the web?
Absolutely. Look, if you've seen something that we haven't seen, and if it's, whether it's to do with the major parties or even just a strange independent or the Greens or whatever, something that's a bit of fun and something that maybe shows them in a better light, or if it's funny, even in a worse light. So wherever it is, we want to see it.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for quids. Look, he's taking his shirt off.